Welcome to episode 9 of the Forecast Golf podcast. We are back. We are in the wake of the Masters, an exciting Masters, I think, a good final round. But here to talk about it is myself, and we've got Dave here.
Are you alright?
Yeah, good, mate. You?
Yeah, not bad. I've just seen that the episode title is called Roy 2 times.
Roy.
Roy. Good old Roy.
Can I change that whilst we're live? Can I? I think I can. Let me editing on the fly.
It doesn't matter. I literally just noticed it as there you go. I preferred Roy, to be honest.
That's his alternative ego. That is.
Yeah.
And joining us back from sunning himself in Florida for what seems like forever, Craig's back.
Hello, mate.
How are you?
Jet lag.
Just jet lag.
Yeah,
That's it.
it's jet lag. Back to work today.
Oh, really?
I did my best yesterday at trying to stay up as late as possible, and I did get a good night's sleep. But it's still, I feel there's another night in me yet to get back.
Did you get any sleep on the plane? But you went with kids, didn't you? So probably not.
11 minutes, according to my watch. 11 minutes. So yeah, I watched a couple of movies.
Okay.
And yeah, just had the kids sleep on me instead. So yeah, tonight is I'm looking forward to a good night's sleep tonight, and then hopefully back at it at the weekend.
Back at it. There you go. I'm guessing you've not played any golf, Dave. You've been out at all? You still injured?
No, still a bit iffy.
Yeah.
I think I could probably hit some like irons maybe, but that'd be a bit dodgy. Whereas my left ankle is sort of, all the like pressure goes through that a bit, doesn't it? I think. Like,
yeah.
The right.
Even though the right's twisted a bit, I think that'd still be easier because there's just not so much pressure. But it's just
the force goes through it, doesn't it?
Yeah, I sort of tried swinging, but it just doesn't feel great. Like, it doesn't really feel worth swinging any more than this because I might make it worse again.
Just
but
make it even worse.
Yeah, I think a week or two, and then I'll probably be able to have some proper swings.
Lovely stuff.
Thing.
I played 18 Friday, 18 Saturday, and 15 last night. We ran out of time. We got too dark. We were playing speed golf by the end. It was quite good fun. No practice shots.
That last bit when you can't see where it goes, isn't it? Like, you're just guessing. It sort of felt like I hit it right, or I felt like I hit that straight. Like.
Yeah. No idea where it landed, but yeah, fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've had a fair amount of golf this week. My wife is very annoyed, but yeah, leave it another couple of weeks.
You're training for your big charity event, aren't you? That's it.
Exactly.
Like,
that's what I've said to her. It is all training. Like, I need to be able to complete all of those holes in one day. So
I feel like I've bought myself some golfing time now. I had the chat with the wife this afternoon and said, look, I've got a few weeks. I've got a few weekends now of golf ahead of me. I feel like I've done enough of family time for that time. So, and with our house, it's the first to get to the calendar. So,
oh really? Okay.
Yeah. So I'm all right with that. My daughter's got an eye test. I said, oh, you can do that. You're fine. So I booked to the next two. So not this weekend, fortunately, but next weekend.
Yeah.
We got a medal, and then the weekend after that is a stable-foot qualifier. So.
Nice.
I'm going to be going from no golf back into competitive golf, which is
straight into it.
Yeah.
Well, I played my first match play 2v2, and the guy on the other team, basically a scratch golfer, bombing the ball 320 off the tee and just chipping it on. And I was quite happy playing bogey golf, but I just could not compete because my teammate wasn't that great either, and it was just demoralising.
Yeah, it's trouble with match play. I mean, that's why a lot of the scratch guys, they like playing in those match play summer events, don't they? With they certainly did at my club. And it can be, but also it can go the other way as well. Where I've ended up playing a guy that's playing off 38, and you give him a shot a hole and just never gonna get that back.
I'll say as the person on here from the other side of that, probably, I hate playing in them.
Oh really?
Oh, it's the worst. Because like no matter what I do, if I'm giving someone lots of shots, I think that basically it comes down to whether like they lose a hole or not. I'm almost relying on people losing a ball here and there and stuff. Where in match play, you can sort of, you can get away with it. Like them blow up holes that probably is like essentially like higher handicaps than like even you two sort of thing. You're like quite a bit lower than what I'm thinking of like this, but like when you're playing someone who's off like 28, I'm relying on them losing 4 or 5 holes just without me doing anything, just sort of keeping it
normal golf.
Yeah, so if you're playing at a course that's not that tough or something, it can be
I've seen your name on winners boards though, Dave. Was that scratch play or was that other things?
Where's Alpha Singing Hills? Probably, I guess.
Singing Hills, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I've won a few there. Yeah, I've won a few.
Won
a few in my time.
Modest,
I mean, what can I say? Yeah, the one names on there a few times. Yeah, probably a few less than I want, but yeah, there's some good ones on there.
The biggest thing I bought one was scratch golf. Not scratch golf. That would be wrong. Night golf.
Oh,
night
wow.
golf. So we did a 9-hole, basically with a glow in the dark ball with a
Nice.
Like a glow stick in the middle of it, and that was as close as I got. And I can't even say that there's any luck in any skill in that. It's just kind of like, do you find your ball? Yes. Get up and down and hope for some points. So.
Oh, well, there we go. Someone else who's got his name on a couple of trophies now is Rory McIlroy. He's got his second Masters. What a fun Sunday, actually. That was up and down for a little bit. I was really, really cheering on Justin Rose when Rory was blowing it, but yeah, he got it back in the end. What a final round! Well, what a final 2 rounds from Scotty Scheffler to finish second, like a 65 on the Saturday and a 68 on the Sunday. Like, he could not have done more, I don't think, to get back into that. Finish 11.
In the first 2 days, he was playing really well. He putted so bad. Like, he just seemed to miss every putt just on the lip sort of thing. He wasn't like, I say putting bad, yeah, like just another day they drop and it was only shot like 3 or 4 better. It's I think he played better than anyone. That's what's weird about McIlroy. I don't think he played very well. Like for a lot of that tournament. I don't think he did either. Like so much of it, I was sitting there thinking like, he was hitting his irons, just like pulling so many of them left, which, I just don't really remember him doing that too often. His driver was all over the place, which
barely hit a fairway.
Augusta is fine. Like, I think you can get away with it a bit. The sort of Tiger made a living off of that for a long time around there, just smash it miles and get up and down, which McIlroy sort of did to perfection, really. But I think it was a really different performance from McIlroy. So we spoke about it last week, I think, Ross, where I was saying Scheffler's B game is so much better than Rory's, and I think this week Rory's B game was as good as I can remember it. Really, not even been his B game, his C game. He held it together so well when it looked like he could have shot 75, 76, and he's managed to be like a couple under par at times and stuff. So it was really impressive and like a very different way to what I'd probably expect from McIlroy. Yeah,
did you manage to get much of it watched, Craig?
Yeah, funny enough, the cues of my friend when it came to watching the Masters. Because I just logged onto the app, and the Wi-Fi was pretty good in all of the parks that we went to. So I managed to watch an awful lot of it, and again, thank you to my wife, who was very understanding of the situation, knowing that I was going to be doing it anyway at home. So why not just sit there when I'm out and watch it? But it was basically that second round, wasn't it? That probably won Rory.
He couldn't seem to miss getting on the second round.
Yeah, it was an incredible second round, and I think it also probably lost Scheffler because I think his second round was 74, was it?
74, yeah.
So I think that was really the killer in the in the tournament. I really wanted Justin Rose to win from a like, I think it was said very early on in these podcasts that he's a local lad. He's a nice bloke and deserves a win. He's wise beyond his years, and hopefully he'll do well in another major later down the line. But if it wasn't him, then you want Rory to do well. I do. I love the guy, and it was amazing how wound up some of the Americans were about him though. Online, I was just kind of reading it and thinking, what? Why don't you like him? The whole Ryder Cup thing is almost come a bit too close to for him. Maybe obviously calling a few of them the odd swear word, but it was really, really, really winding people up that he was doing well. And I also thought that he was quite popular with the Americans.
He definitely seems to divide people, doesn't he?
Yeah.
We spoke with him, didn't we, Ross? We sort of go back and forth both of us on McIlroy. Like, I think I like him. The next thing, it's just a bit of an arse. So, I never quite know how I'm going to feel about Rory until it happens. Like I never know if I'm rooting for him or not.
Yeah, I'm always rooting for him. I do. I mean, it was interesting that I'm sure it came out in the week about the knighthood thing, that he was up for a knighthood and it was withdrawn for tax purposes.
It's in there.
Yeah, I must find it because I don't want to be accused of anything, but that he was put forward and then someone from the tax office kind of stepped forward and said no. So what's
What?
going on?
Like he hasn't paid his tax or something? I don't like. Why would?
He's moved back, hasn't he? He's moved back to Wentworth.
Oh right. Oh, what? Where he's based in Florida, sort of thing. Like,
well, he was based in Florida, so I imagine that's something about it. But I will find it for completeness, because I don't really want to get in any trouble.
I mean, if that's the level that you're taking knighthoods away, I mean, they need to look at themselves, because, I mean, one 70s entertainer for springs to mind who was a
yeah,
only one.
Well, yeah,
there's a few, isn't there? Like,
yeah, like Jesus Christ.
It does just seem a bit random, all the knighthood and OBE stuff, doesn't it? Like whether they decide like, oh yeah, that'll do it, that won't. Like...
One of my favourite things about
I have found it. Rory McIlroy refuses. So Keir Starmer, let's take this political, refuses to intervene on Rory McIlroy as Rory McIlroy knighthood snub as calls grow. He's yet to receive a knighthood despite Northern Ireland executive nominating for the honour. It leads with the Independent Honours Committee.
Ooh.
Did say, it was worried about his tax affairs. The Daily Telegraph said they were worried about his tax affairs. So here we go. Official sources. But he the shout in the week, wasn't it, was that he's probably the greatest European golfer ever now. That's what the shout was from Luke Donald. So
it's very hard, isn't it? It's where the eras are so different. It's so hard to compare. But I don't know. I only saw the back end of Faldo and like Seve and stuff, so it's hard for me to really say. But it feels like it, doesn't it? It feels like he is.
It's those three, though, isn't it? I think I do agree with that. You know, in terms of talent, the ability to win. I think the thing about Seve was his ability to play any shot on the planet. That was what Seve was all about. But yeah, you're absolutely right. It's difficult to put it into the same era, because they Rory's got the technology and things that have moved on quite significantly, hasn't it? So.
You see the video that's on YouTube today of Rory and Tommy playing three holes and swapping their clubs to each other, and it's mad how finely tuned they are to their own clubs. Because Tommy said it on the 9-wood thing. That was what I think. I just saw a clip of it. Yeah. Like on the very first tee, Tommy takes Rory's driver and says, "I know I need to be aiming much further left here because it's going to go right." And sure enough, it goes straight right. It's like, I knew that was going to happen, but it's mad that they're that finely attuned to their stuff. But like you say, that's the technology these days. These guys can fine tune them clubs. To get your clubs fitted properly, Dave? The importance of it. You can't just buy the wrap. Yeah.
That driver's probably too stiff for him. That's why I say I'm right, But,
he's getting an advert up on the screen for Dave. Just back to the Masters then, but it was a very serious threat that the most boring man of all, Cameron Young, might win the tournament after a solid Friday and Saturday, but he fell apart on the Sunday. He had an awful lot of luck on Saturday, Dave, didn't he?
Oh, it was crazy. Like times he just smashed it in the trees, then just bounced out middle of the fairway. Like it was, it was bizarre. And even the start of Sunday, wasn't it? It carried on a bit, and then all of a sudden, it just like that luck disappeared, didn't it? And he just wasn't getting the breaks anymore. But
who else was I going to mention? I can't find his name now. Oh, Hao Tong Lee with his 80 on the final round. The image of him in all the bushes looking for his ball. Very relatable golf. Very relatable.
Was it Saturday where like every time they showed him, he was basically holing out? Like he holed out, I think on like 13 maybe, and then they showed him again about half an hour later, and he like almost holed out on like 15 or 16. I don't remember, but it was like the only two shots they showed of him on Saturday, I think. And it was like, oh okay. But I was a bit gutted for him and Lowry as well. Both of them.
Yeah, Lowry fell
apart on the final day, which is a shame.
80 final round. Some solid rounds from other people.
Yeah, I mean, Lowry's kind of living that at the moment a bit, isn't he? He's not been able to finish off too well, which is a shame.
He's up and down.
One of the reasons I didn't back him this time, I did worry about his last hole blow up, last round blow ups.
Yeah, Bob McIntyre with an 80 opening round. That he looked like a man who just did not want to be on that golf course, and he was very angry with himself and everything else around him, it seemed.
It's a
and
weird
also
one, wasn't
Bryson.
it? Like,
We've got to mention Bryson.
Yeah, Bryson.
We mentioned him on the Friday show we did, but yeah, I mean that's it's a special round. 76 and 74, 6 over.
I did sort of want to talk about it because obviously where he's probably actually missed the cuts because then bunker shots where he's lost what 4, 5 shots in them just in them bunker shots alone. And like a little bit about his 1-length clubs, but we'll do that chat another day maybe. But because we've got plenty of other stuff to talk about. But prior to that, the live stuff happening, which we'll get to in a bit. But I wanted to chat about that because I really think his clubs are the issue with a lot of that stuff, which is we'll do that another time though. But
yeah, well, it's 29 of the top 30 finishers playing on the PGA Tour. I can't pick out the name of the live player on there, but it's
who would it have been? Hatton would have been there.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. He had a stonking fire round, didn't he? Yeah, 266.
He played really well. Yeah, he played great over the weekend.
Yeah, he did everything he could do. He was really annoyed with himself after his 66. He said he left some shots out on there as well.
He's just always annoyed with himself, isn't he? I think he could shoot like 54 or something around there. He's probably going to get pissed off on the final green and walk off huffing and hitting his putter or something. Just part of his character, I think.
Yeah, you just get used to it now, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So our picks then, Craig, you pick Scotty. You've raked in some good money from this one.
A lot of money, a couple of million?
Yeah, it must be. We'll look into that next week. We'll get we'll update the standings. You went
I meant to do that and then just forgot, to be honest. Yeah, Oberg. Yeah, he sort of threatened to do a bit more, didn't he? Really, he sort of quite a few times he was up there, but yeah, I think about 20 if you finish or something in the end.
Yeah, finished tied for 21st with Wyndham Clark and Keegan Bradley, and I picked John Rahm, who was tied for 38th with Hao Tong Lee, who had an 80. So that shows you everything you need to know about John Rahm's Masters.
I mean, the only thing for Rahm, it didn't even look like you're going to earn any cash off him, did it? At one stage, after the first round.
Survived.
Yeah, so probably getting that out of him in the end was probably a bit of a bonus.
Yeah, I was quite happy with that in the end, to be honest. But yeah, that was the Masters. We were happy with Rory having the second. He seemed to be playing like there was much less pressure than he has done previously.
I don't know. In the end, I feel like if he had blown this one, it almost wipes out almost what he had gained from winning last year, because
undone it all.
It was grim at times, wasn't it, on Saturday, especially when everyone was coming back at him, and then when he fell out of the lead on Sunday, you thought, oh no, this is just another Rory special. Yeah, I was pleased for him in the end. It was weird. But by the time when did he birdie? Was it 7, 8, 9 or something like that? I can't remember what holes it was.
Came back into it, didn't he?
When he birdied them, it just felt, oh, okay. It sort of, it almost felt a bit settled at that stage. Because I think around the same time he did that, Rose had his little sort of mini blow up, didn't he? Where he sort of threw it away a little bit. It just felt like, oh, okay, Rory's going to go on and win this. He's sorted himself out now. But yeah, as we saw last year, you can never be too sure of Rory, can you? He can throw in a random one.
Yeah.
18th was interesting again, though, wasn't it? There's a bit of pressure there. I mean, I didn't see the tee shot. I was gutted. I just saw him in the trees. And I saw Dave Portnoy having a pop at him trying to play up. I guess the first would have been the first to get across, and actually didn't. He played an amazing kind of hook around the trees. Yeah. But
some of the TV, not the camera work, was dreadful. I swear we didn't know for so long where his board gone. With the TV stuff, I don't know how it can be that way. There's 2 players on that hole with about 1 billion cameras, and somehow they haven't shown where his balls ended up. Yeah, it was very frustrating, some of the coverage. Some of the players that were up near the top of the leaderboard, what's his name, Sam Burns on the second, he just tied the lead. Then he's on the second hole and he's up putting for bogey or double on the green or something. I can't remember even how it was, but didn't show how it got there, any of that stuff. It was some of the coverage was a bit odd, I think.
There was quite a lot of talk about the coverage online. A lot of people were annoyed on the American coverage. I guess we get it slightly different with the UK cameras, but they missed Rory's chipping on the round 2. When he chipped in off the green, they missed it completely. I didn't say this has just happened. It just did. Craig was watching on American coverage. Didn't see it.
No, I didn't see it, and it was only because I saw the scoreboard, and then, to be fair, it always took forever for the scoreboard to get updated on the American coverage as well. So you kind of you'd see, for instance, Cameron Young on the next hole, and I still don't know what he did on the last hole. They only update it when you see the putt go in, and it's almost like, oh, we got a birdie. Oh, when did that happen? It was.
Go
My biggest issue with out there is that I feel sorry for the Americans in a way. They don't get to see any golf until like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So
you said that's when your coverage started.
8 o'clock in the evening, English UK time. They had the first 2 hours on one provider, and then the rest of it starts at 3 o'clock.
Wasn't there stuff with Prime or something they were doing, weren't they, this year, was it?
Yeah, Prime. So they're 2 hours on Prime, early access on Prime, and obviously there's markets itself, doesn't it? But yeah, that's what happened.
There was a couple of times I saw it the other way, where like the scoreboard had updated and they hadn't shown anything, and then like they go back to Justin Rose on the 14th, but they'd already seen on the leaderboard that he had made the birdie. I was like, it can't be that difficult. Like, I don't know.
It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be that difficult.
And the sinking as well. I think you said it on Twitter, Dave. The sinking of the shot tracer, the sound of the ball being hit.
Oh, so annoying.
It cannot be that hard to get it nailed on, surely.
Oh, it's so irritating. The player, and then it's like, he swings and it's like, and then the player goes, it really winds me up all the time. It takes back to like, like dodgy DVD days when you get like film like out of things. It's like, I can't watch this. Like, this is so bad.
Yeah.
Not that I ever watched any, obviously, but
no, never at all.
For the record.
Yeah. But there we go. That is the 2026 Masters in the bag. Rory is the winner, 2-time winner now. He's on his hunt for his second Grand Slam. And we move on to what's next? The PGA Championship.
Yeah, but it's only like 3 or 4 weeks, isn't it? Not too far away now. I think when the PGA's moved now in the calendar, when it was in August, you had the Masters and a bit of a break until. Would have been the US Open in June.
Yeah,
but now they just come so quick. I prefer the old calendar, to be honest. I sort of liked when the PGA was a bit later in the year. It sort of almost gets lost a bit now.
I don't know, waiting July to April for a major.
Yeah, such a long time. That bit after the Open, with sort of the FedEx Cup, just feels like a bit of a dead period, doesn't it? Really now, it's a bit of a weird. Yeah, I don't know. I prefer the old way.
So it's May the 14th, PGA Championship kicks off. So there's a couple of obviously competitions going on. There's the LBC Heritage, which kicked off today.
That's always a fun
tournament,
isn't it?
8 under right now.
He's did it a week too late.
Yeah.
So do we want to pick this one, or should we make our picks for the next one, which is the Zurich Classic of New Orleans? Should we go for that one instead?
Yeah, because have you actually made your picks? I haven't actually.
No, I felt it would probably be unfair for me to say, Harris English. I wouldn't want to back Harris English anyway. You'll watch him win. But no, I think we can skip 1 week. That's fine.
Yeah, we'll skip this week, shall we? It's not a one of the signature events, is it?
No.
I think it is.
There's a $20 million prize actually.
Okay, should we like pick, but we have to pick someone who's like, I don't know.
Can't be at the top.
Like a couple under or something, just so we pick someone.
Yeah, okay, let's do that then.
You know, is a couple under fair? That's like outside the top 20 now.
So Matt Fitzpatrick is 3 under and he's tied for 17th. So he's 6. He's 5 shots off the lead.
3 under seems fair then, doesn't it? 5 back.
Yeah.
Does that seem fair? As long as we're all doing the same, it doesn't matter too much, I suppose.
Yeah, go for it.
I'll go first, and I'll just pick a random name. Let's go for Jordan Spieth. I'm not going to pick him again this year at any point. He's currently 2 under. So yeah, I'll take Jordan for this one. Craig or Dave, whoever's got.
Let me I'm just looking at the leaderboard now. Just don't want to pick someone who's too high up. Let's go for. I'll just take Matt Wallace. Let's go for a bit of a wild card. Matt Wallace.
Okay.
It feels sort of course he might do okay at. Bit of a weird little tight course, isn't it?
And then Craig, who are we thinking?
I'm trying to think who I've had and I've not. I think I'm going to go with. I'll go with Sahith Theegala.
Okay.
Who's 2 under as well.
Yeah.
At least then we got picks in then, haven't we? We haven't.
That's fine. Yeah.
I sort of forgot when we were doing till the Thursday. I'd sort of forgotten about doing a pick. Really, it sort of crept up to me that the storm was already started. Yeah,
it crept on.
Not just started. Like they seem like everyone seems to have been finished. I don't know if they've got like a bit dodgy weather and they started earlier or something. I don't know, but
someone's on 9. I can see someone's on the 9th hole. Jason Day's.
I think it's 9 o'clock, isn't it? I suppose. Yeah.
It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah. So we thought that would be the big news this week in the golf world would be the Masters, but no. 2 days ago, story broke on LIV that. Well, tell us, Dave, what is happening with LIV?
Well, we don't really know, do we?
It changes every day.
I'm short of it. But what was it? What day did you fly home, Craig? Was it Tuesday? Because sort of when it all happened, when you were basically on the plane, weren't you?
Yeah.
And I can't remember who it was that reported it. Was it like the Monday Q Monday I can't remember his name.
Yeah.
It's not Q School, is it? I can't think what his like the Monday Q Info or something, isn't it?
Yeah.
He like reported basically like I think he's sort of it's a bit of a ambiguous tweet, but
a big bombshell announcement coming.
Something's coming from LIV, and then everyone started speculating that LIV's coming to an end. And then I think the next morning we started to get some more things from sort of I don't know, credible is the right way of putting it, sort of more.
Well, like you said in our chat the other day, you don't know who to believe on Twitter anymore because you can just buy a blue tick. So
exactly, and then you get so much like nonsense on there. But I think like the Financial Times reported some stuff. I think was it the Telegraph here, but like some other places sort of basically saying that I think they've been called for like a meeting in New York, and the Saudis were going to like pull the funding and all this stuff. But the weird thing about it was they were all preparing for a tournament at the time. I think while a lot of this was going on, the Pro-Am was happening before the LIV Mexico event. So it seems like at the moment, everything's sort of carrying on as normal. But there's a lot of talk. I think the latest rumour I sort of saw that seems to be sort of somewhat credible is that they're trying to sort of make a deal with the DP World Tour that their players will get cards and they'll put a bit of funding into that tour, which I think would be a big win for the DP World Tour.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's hard to know at the moment, but it seems like. So when it first started, I thought, this can't be true, but it does seem like LIV is maybe ending at the end of this year. I would say that seems to be the, I don't know, consensus or what, but it seems to be the sort of what people seem to be saying right now. But there's nothing come out properly from LIV, and I think the I can't remember what his actual title is. Is he commissioner? Had his like a little statement that's sort of like we're in this for the long haul and stuff like that. But I don't know. Literally every report says otherwise. So who knows? But at the moment it seems like they'll at least play out the year. I think, but I don't know. It depends if they do decide to pull the funding, because they're saying they're going to use like the Iran war as like an excuse to get out, aren't they?
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think that's sort of a rough roundup of what's happened so far, isn't it? I'll probably miss something in there.
That's how I've read it. I think by the sounds of it, they probably want to go long. At the end of the day, it's not the Saudi Golf League; it's the LIV that's backed by the kind of public investment funds. So I'm sure they want it to go long, but without the money, when we talked about this before, without the money, where's really the incentive now? Like, it just isn't there. So I think that it will. They're obviously they said they secured. Well, I say they've secured it, but it seems like they've got funding until the end of this year, and then after that, it's. I think it's probably game over. Although I did read, and again, this is Twitter for you, unsubstantiated stuff, but that some of the events were still waiting payout for their bonuses and things. So
I've read that as well.
Well, then there was other reports, weren't there, that people saying they have been paid and things, aren't they? It's so hard to know what's true, what's not. Like, I can't believe they'd be playing this week if people have been paid. Would you? I guess it depends who it is who's not been paid. Some of the lesser players have not been paid. They'll probably take their chance to maybe earn a bit more, wouldn't they? But if John Rahm hadn't been paid, I don't think he's stepping on that tee.
Not fair enough, is it? No.
Right.
Yeah, it says like some players and some vendors who haven't been paid. But it's not going to be the big names, is it, at all?
I mean, Newcastle would have to sell Anthony Gordon to fund John Rahm's payouts this year.
But it's interesting though. Like it does feel like the public investment fund is deviating away from sport.
Well, everything's going towards boxing and nothing else, isn't it? It seems like pumping into boxing, and all the others who seem to be, we don't care anymore.
Well, Newcastle, they've been. I wouldn't say stitched up, but Newcastle haven't exactly been supported by them recently. So, certainly not the funds that the reports were coming out early. It does feel like they've kind of gone, this hasn't necessarily worked, so we need to go in a different direction. And like Dave said, that direction is solely boxing and fighting sports, let's say, because I think obviously there's quite a significant amount of money in other areas as well, isn't there? So
what is weird though, it feels like this year is the year they've started to get somewhat of a foot in. I think some of the events have been big, as we've discussed in other things like the Australia, South Africa. They were like big events. They've got big crowds. Seem to actually.
The Australian one had 115,000 fans over the 4-day tournament.
It sort of felt like a proper tournament, and it seems like the TV deals are better. Like they're on TNT here now. I think in America, I think they're on Fox or something like that. They're on one of the a major channel. It seems, and they've got the world ranking points now. It seems a weird time for them to call an end to it. It seems like they're starting to finally get where they wanted, unless the plan was always to basically try and buy the PGA Tour, and this was how they sort of saw a way to maybe force that. I don't know, because I don't really know what their end goal was if this wasn't sort of it. Where they seem to be heading now, at least somewhat heading. They're heading in the direction that seemed to be establishing themselves a little bit more, didn't they? I don't know.
Yeah.
Is the team aspect of it? I get why they've done it, but people haven't really bought into it, have they? Like, no one supports the Crushers or.
I don't know what you're talking about. Paul Casey, it was the biggest event of his life in South Africa. When Bryson won and his team won, he was on the verge of tears himself.
I did forget about Paul Casey. Yeah, he's really bought into it.
I think there is stuff from LIV that is good. I think the team aspect does add something if you can get it right. I just don't think they necessarily have.
Yeah,
they just have random trades for no reason and stuff, don't they? I don't know what's there's no real explanation for why anyone's traded and stuff. Like, I don't really know. And like the contracts and all this sort of thing. Like, someone will get relegated. It's like, they've been booted off their team, and then they'll just sign for them again in about 3 weeks. And they haven't found a way to make it sort of work properly, have they? I don't think.
Has anyone seen the? And it was last year. I think it must have been the US Open last year, where Bryson was talking about his team's EBITDA. Like, and it doesn't matter because obviously everyone else was losing money, but his team's EBITDA was positive. So you're like, oh my god. How Bryson is that for one? But that just kind of said it all.
I mean, that man wears his merch non-stop. Like, he wears it in every professional tournament, like every YouTube clip, every social media clip. He's got his gear on. He's fully in the team, isn't he? Like,
I think there are a few teams that have sort of established themselves, but then like there's about 9 or 10 that like I don't know why anyone would give a shit at all. Like, you've got is it Legion 13? Are they John
Legion? Yeah, John Ramsey,
like the 4 Aces were probably the first one to establish themselves a bit, weren't they? Because they sort of that first thing they seem to win like every week.
Yeah,
I think it's like South Africa team. I don't know what they're actually called anymore, but
Southern Guards.
But they sort of, I think, probably established themselves because they're the South African team. But
Ripper have done the same as the Australian team, and I think what Ripper what I think they've done quite well is they've done the social media stuff pretty well as well.
Yeah.
So I think there are aspects of it, but at the same time, there's you just. I'm just looking at some of the teams here, to be honest, and you think obviously the Majestics, which is the British
Old Boys Club.
I don't think it helps them that they're just basically all play awful now. Like, if you look at the bottom of the leaderboard at every LIV event, one of them's going to be there. It's not great.
And
the Korean Golf Club with the New Zealander Danny Lee in their team as well.
It's funny, but like I say, the Fireballs, which is an ironic name for a Sergio Garcia team now, or maybe not. It's an unironic name for him, but
that's just him and 3 young guys, isn't it? 3 young Spanish players, isn't it? Basically now.
Yeah, basically. That's basically it. I think there's only one. I think, to be fair to Bryson, I mean, forget the EBITDA. That's very tongue in cheek and made me laugh. But at least they have got sponsors. They have got a recognisable logo. I mean, when I went into not the PGA shop, when I went to one of the golf shops in Florida, they had crafted hats available. So like they have done that pretty well. They did get a Reebok deal, even though Reebok aren't really known for their golf apparel. Yeah, they have done well enough that way. but the rest of some of the, I didn't know Smash GC was even a thing.
That was Brooks' old team, wasn't it? That was his old team, I think.
Oh, was it? Well, it's now got Taylor Gooch and Jason Coker.
And Graham McDowell.
Yeah, because the main reason I remember is because he had Matthew Wolf on his team, and he seemed to absolutely despise Matthew Wolf all times. Like, I think it was like him, Matthew Wolf, his brother, and someone else. I can't remember now. And he seemed to absolutely despise Matthew Wolf every week.
No one can look at that swing and think good things, right?
Yeah, it's a rough one.
So what next for the players that are on LIV then? If it comes to an end, say they see out this season, there is the player return, that's some called player return policy or something like that, where they can rejoin PGA if they want to.
The PGA Tour said it was a one-time offer, didn't they? But I don't buy that.
No, I don't buy that.
No, they're going to want some of these players back. Some of them they will. Some of them they are. I guess they're going to be less concerned about getting back. You've sort of broken them down into groups for us, Dave, haven't you?
Yeah, so we're going to form the PGA Tour committee, aren't we? We're going to a 3-man committee.
Yeah.
They need 2 votes in to be allowed back on the PGA Tour immediately. Everyone else is just going to have to go and play DP World Tour, wherever they've got Asian Tour for some of these players. So some of these players have not even touched the PGA Tour, have they? So I can't imagine the PGA Tour being too bothered about letting them back in. But I think it will be a good thing for the PGA Tour, because we discussed it before. At times, it is a little bit shallow. When some of the stars don't play, we do have some events that are a bit rough to watch, and this is going to sort of really help that strength in depth.
Yeah.
But as I say, we're gonna form the committee. 2 yeses, and we're letting them straight back in the PGA Tour. Anything less than that, and they're out. They try to qualify back in, Corn Ferry or whatever it might be there to go. So I'll sort of split them up into the stars, the old boys that are sort of used to be stars, then everyone else. So I'll start with everyone else, because there's a big list here. So I'm just going to go through this list quick. If either of you want to give them a shot at the PGA Tour, just shout and we'll stop. Okay. But otherwise, I'll just sort of rattle through them and just assume their no's.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the first one is someone that might get a yes, but I don't think so. Abraham Answer, Adrian Maronk, Ben Ann, Anne Lahiri, Ben Campbell, Brandon Grace, Brendan Steele, Caleb Surratt. He's a potential. I think these are the ones that I thought might be interesting of the younger players, because I think the 30-plussers who have sort of always just been, I guess, sort of almost journeymen.
Yeah.
Are they going to be asked about having them back? But I wonder if they want some of the young stars, but I don't think so. Cameron Tringale, Carlos Ortiz, Charles Howe, Danny Lee, David, how do you say his name? Is it Pugh? I can't remember how to say his name. Dean Burmester, Elvis Smiley, Harold Varner, Jason Kokrak, Josele Ballester, Kim Min Kyu, Laurie Cantor, Lucas Herbert, Luis Massaval, I'll probably butcher some of these names, Mark Leishman, Matthew Wolf, Michael Lasasso, Peter Uline, Richard Bland, Sam Horsfield, Sebastian Munoz, Song Yun Han, Taylor Gooch. Is he someone potentially they'd want? I don't think they would roll out the red carpet for him at the very least.
Only Gooch at this point. Yeah.
He's done well on LIV, but he wasn't really a big star before, was he?
No.
Thomas Dietrich, Thomas Peters, Tom McKibbin, and Victor Perez. I don't think any of them are getting the green light from the PGA Tour, but anyone there that I think we could sort of wipe them out, and they're going to have to go. They're going to have to qualify their way back to the PGA Tour, aren't they? All them players.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, there's no one I'm going to die on a hill for there. Absolutely.
I mean, some of the young guys, I think.
Yeah, like Smiley won one of the tournaments this year. So.
I could see him giving them maybe some sponsors invites here and there, potentially.
Just McKibben as well, maybe.
Yeah, because there's some players there that could be the stars of the future, isn't there? Where maybe there's almost more value in them than some of these we've got coming up in this next group, who are the old boys.
Yeah.
Some of these were. I sort of put major winners as well in this. People who'd won a major before, and sort of people we think of maybe as older stars. So this one was, I don't know where to put him in this one or the last group, but Anthony Kim. Anyone saying yes to him?
I'm going to say yes.
Yeah, I think I am as well.
Yeah, I think it's a good news.
Anthony Kim was getting back in.
I mean, he is 40, but he has missed a lot of time in his career, hasn't he? So
I think we've seen on LIV that he is someone that will get TV ratings, and ultimately that is what it's going to come down to for the PGA Tour, isn't it? It's a harsh business, but that's sort of what it's going to come down to. So
I don't think he's the kind of guy that's going to want to bum around on the DP World Tour either. No. So I think it's that or bust, and I think my thing with him is I think he'll get ratings. I think he'll be fine.
Yeah, at least for a while, won't he? It might go down time. Bubba Watson?
No.
I think his time's been and gone, hasn't it?
Yeah.
I think some of these will be heading pretty much straight to the Champions Tour, whatever it's called, the Seniors Tour now. If they play at all, because
I didn't realise why they bother really. Most of them. Christ.
Yeah, they've all made a fortune. They don't really need to, do they? So
no.
Yeah. Charles Schwartzel. I don't think anyone's going to be too bothered about him, are they?
No. I'm shocked.
Again, I think it'd be a good name for the DP World Tour, wouldn't he? So I think
this isn't a no from DP World Tour, by the way.
No, this is just PGA Tour.
No issue.
Yeah.
But this is my PGA hat on.
An interesting one here, Dustin Johnson. He was one of the first to turn his back on the PGA Tour. I'm not sure they're going to be too thrilled to welcome him back with open arms, but he is still Dustin Johnson, isn't he?
He's won a lot as well, hasn't he, on the PGA? Masters winner, US Open winner.
I'm saying yes to PGA.
I'm going to say no. I think he's 41. I reckon, because he was the first. I think no. So this is up to you, Dave, this one.
This is a tough one because he as I say, he was one of the first. I don't know if he was the very first, but he was definitely up there, wasn't he, with one of the first to leave. It feels like something they might make a bit of an example of, but I think if they do it like they did before, I think he'll just fall in under the categories because he's won a major. But as we're forming the committee, I'm saying no, DJ, you're out. Go and retire. Go and live life with your wife. I think he's happy with that. I think he's fine.
You're fine.
Yeah. I remember when he signed with LIV. The sign-on bonus he got was more than he'd won on the PGA Tour. I think it was 1.5 times his career earnings at that stage. I think I think he might be the highest earner on the LIV Tour. Maybe Rahm is actually.
Christ.
But he's up there, DJ, because in that first year, 4 races won everything, didn't they? He won loads of events, and 4 races won most of the team. So his earnings are right up there. And I think this is probably a pretty easy one. Graham McDowell.
No.
Anyone taking him back?
Nope.
See you, Graham, with your weird accent. Half American, half Irish in every sentence, isn't he? So strange. I could probably group these two together, I think. Ian Poulter and Lee Westwood, captains of Majestics, aren't they? Together for some reason. I don't really understand why.
As much as I love Lee Westwood, he's from my hometown, but he's 52. He was never the best when he was playing on the tour back then. So no, either of them. No, for me.
Poulter's up there now, isn't he? Poulter must be touching
he's 50.
he must be is it? Yeah,
he's too old to be wearing those trousers, is what he is.
I think these two are a few DP Tour events a year and maybe some majors content in the stuff. Yeah, I think they're dead, aren't they? I think this one's maybe an interesting discussion. Louis Oosthuizen, any thoughts on him? Major winner.
DP Sunshine Tour. I think you're quite happy to do that.
Yeah, agreed.
So we're all no's. Well, Martin Keimer, was he a 2-time major winner, but
DP
doesn't move the needle, does he? Really for the PGA Tour?
No.
Well, another no.
Not anyone back. Sorry.
Crushers star and big team golf fan Paul Casey. Is he being welcomed back?
Absolutely not.
I like Casey, and I don't know. His caddy's local, or was his former. I'm not sure if he still is caddy,
really?
But McLaren. He's from just miles up the road from here, and I've always liked Casey, but I think the PGA is beyond him now. I think they're getting DP World Tour quite happily. See out his time doing that. I think you know.
He's married to Pollyanna Woodward from the Geek Show, the Gadget Show. What? How's that happen?
What?
Yeah.
Did not know that.
Wow.
2015 he got married. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, no,
Christopher
sorry,
Casey.
Paul. Yeah, fair play. Enjoy your life. I would.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think he can. I think he can still compete a bit, can't he? On like the DP tour, he's still gonna be fine.
Yeah.
You know, he's he's getting on a bit, but you know he's always been fairly fit and healthy, isn't he? So
yeah, no issue.
I can see him going and win a senior major or two in a few years. Which is,
I think the biggest thing I'm disappointed about with all this is speaking about some of these European guys and thinking they could have been decent captains for Ryder Cup. I think we're going to have a problem in a few. Maybe not a problem, but a few. There's going to be a lack of people ready to take on that role because of those people that have moved across. So that's
you're going to end up with like Eduardo Molinari as a captain when it should probably be like Sergio or whoever.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you're going to have a bit of a makeshift one potentially, aren't you? But I mean, we haven't discussed that, but the Ryder Cup is potentially going to be more interesting, isn't it, with some of these players being able to qualify again. You know, not that a lot of them have got picks that really would have maybe got in, but you know, the qualifying for the European team and stuff is just going to be that little bit harder, isn't it? For who's on the edge, like the Højgaards and Shane Lowry and stuff. You know, some of these players come back now that might push some of those players out of the team a bit.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
Be interesting. I mean, this one, I think I know what the answer will be for the real PGA Tour. But Phil Mickelson, are we letting him back in?
No.
Again,
I would just for laughs. I love Phil.
So I've got a decision to make here.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I'm not letting Phil Mickelson in. He's an absolute arse who, like, you know, just go. He's basically like the American Matt Letizia these days on Twitter, isn't he? He's just spouting nonsense and conspiracy theories. You know, he's got coffee to sell. Just piss off, Mickelson, and you know, do whatever you want to do. But you ain't coming back to the PGA Tour. Not my PGA Tour anyway.
Yeah.
Finally, Sergio Garcia.
After his little strop at the Masters in the final, is it the final round or the third round? Yeah, not having that.
I think he just falls in again with all these others that are probably just 5 years too old to be relevant anymore.
Yeah.
You know, like, why would they bother? Why would the PGA Tour bother going back with someone like Sergio when, you know, what's he going to be? Just sort of, he'll have the odd good event where he might finish top 10, but he's not really going to win many events anymore, is he? Like,
no.
You know, I just don't know why they would bother. So yeah, I think for me it's a no. I'm talking about you two, but
no.
So far, out of how many players is it? Out of 47 players, we've let back in Anthony Kim. You know,
I know, just to be nice.
Yeah, it's got a nice story. Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, and I guess what the other ones, looking at the what's the big boys that we've got left really here. So yeah.
Go on, sorry.
That's all right. Just obviously moving on to the big boys.
Yeah, it's just the big boys left, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've got 5 names in the sort of big boys category. These are just in alphabetical order of the 5 I've put up. It's going to be more interesting if we don't let some of these in. Bryson DeChambeau. Do we make an example of him? You know what I mean? I don't want to influence any votes, but, you know.
I'm going to let Bryson in. He's different, isn't he?
Before Craig votes, can I just make the case for no? Because I really want to.
He moves the needle, whether good or bad. That's what we'll say about Bryson.
Yeah, I know, but we're the committee. We're not getting any benefits of letting him back in. The case of not letting him in, it'd be so fun not to let him in. You know, like make an example. Would be incredible. Yeah, make an example of him. Just make him go and play. Like, yeah, I did see someone like genuinely suggest on Twitter that he would just play YouTube golf in the majors. Like, what are they talking about? Like, that is not going to happen, is it? Like, he's going to play 4 tournaments a year and then do breaking 50 with like Garrett Clark off a good. Like, what are you talking about? Of course he's not. Like, Or some people genuinely suggesting that might happen. Yeah.
Dave Portnoy hosting a weekly podcast on Barstool Sports.
Yeah, like it just like I don't know. Maybe he just becomes like Donald Trump's personal coach or something. I don't know, but yeah. I mean, I'm going to say no to Bryson just for a laugh, really. You know,
just get to decide and vote then, Craig.
Yeah, I would love to keep Bryson out, but you know, go on, Craig.
I'm going for the banter option. I want to see him on the DP World Tour and earn his stripes again. I want to see him play those games. I want to see him playing in Denmark, and I want to see him playing in Sweden, and the Golf National in Paris. This is where I want.
What's the tournament up in the Alps where it's like the best views in the world?
Absolutely. He back in playing in New Delhi. This is where we want to be right now. This is what we want to see. He's trying to grow the game of golf, so go and grow the game of golf.
I mean, it gives him a lot to do on YouTube, like the filming he'd get from those places. Like
his whatever promotes his EBITDA and his contract with Reebok.
You can just see
I'm for the sake of that and for everything else politically, I'm saying hell no, he can rock.
Okay, I'm fine with the decision.
Yeah, that's made my day. Do we think he'll still wear the Crushers gear? Even when 100%. They're dead.
Yeah. Sure. He just makes it.
He's got a garage full of it.
His own brand of like the whole BD logo that he's got as well. I've seen. Like he loves a logo, that lad, and I think he'd stick with it as long as he could do. He'll try and create a new Sunday red. What he'll do.
He'll start calling his 5-iron, his 3D printing in his garage, like the Crusher or something, won't he? And just what an awful man. I don't know, just terrible. Next up, this one I think it's a genuine discussion, and not even just for any sort of banter. Cameron Smith, had a good couple of years.
I love him.
Basically, hasn't done a lot since anywhere. Even on like LIV, he hasn't really done a great deal, has he?
No.
I mean, I made the case during the Masters. I think he's just someone that is a good player that just had a good hot couple of years that, he took advantage of it, won some big events, but I think his level is this. I think he's more... I compared him to Luke Donald when Luke Donald was number one, where Luke Donald, I don't think anyone thought Luke Donald was the best player in the world or close to it, but he was just consistent and did well, and I think Cameron Smith is that level of player, but, go on. So if someone wants to make the case for him to come back, go ahead.
I like him. I do. I think he did have a hot couple of years, but you look at his major record is strong. I think he's come top 5 in all 4. Obviously, he's won 1. I think he's on his day he's about as good a short game player as you'll ever find. I think he's that good. I don't think he's not necessarily an arrogant lad. I think he took his opportunity, knowing that when he won the Open, that it would just open up a whole world of not having to do as much, very Australian way, and not having to do as much for much more money. So, I'm quite open to him coming back. I would vote yes. I'd happily see him back.
Yeah, same. Let's have him back. That's 2.
We're in. I want to say no, but you two have got him in, and we're a democracy here. We're we do things right. This next one again is a player that he's probably been one of the stars of LIV, but not necessarily was too big a star for. Joaquin Niemann. I think he's a real tough. It'd be a real tough call for the PGA Tour because, genuinely about it. Like, I don't know how they would let him in without letting others in, because I think they're going to have to come up with like criterion. I think straight away it's going to be major winners will be probably the cut off or something along that lines, and he isn't one of those.
No. He's almost the face of LIV as well in some ways.
He has sort of become that a bit, hasn't he? He's probably the one who's gone to LIV and probably their stock's risen the most, is he? Would you say?
Yeah,
definitely.
But we're the committee, so we can let him in. We haven't got to make any criteria. So, do either of you want to let Niemann in?
Nope.
I'm going to say no as well. Yeah, the best is a tie for 8th in the PGA. That's not good enough to get back in. I don't think. Got to earn your stripes back in.
That's it. He's not he's not a big enough star, is he, for the PGA Tour to want to let him in?
No.
So yeah, whack in. Go to DP. See you later. I think this next one's going to be maybe one of the easy ones. John Rahm.
Yeah.
Is there any argument not to let him in, really?
No.
I don't think there is.
Just for stuff he does in the Ryder Cup alone. Those chip-ins from the edge of the green, yeah.
He's fun to watch. He's one of the best golfers in the world, if not the best golfer in the world, at times.
Yeah. There's no debate for me. He's back in.
Yeah.
But again, any criteria they're going to make up, John Rahm is going to fit in that umbrella, isn't he? He's, I think he's straight away
won 2 Masters, 2 majors. Sorry, yeah.
Again, his star hasn't dropped at all going to LIV, really, has it? He's dominated really there, hasn't he? Has he ever finished at the top 10? I don't think he has he? There's still got that run going.
Wow.
I think Rahm, I think out of all the players on this list, Rahm is the one that they'll really go out their way to try and get back, isn't he?
Has he paid his fine yet?
I don't think so. But that's on DP World Tour as well, isn't it? I think that's going to be that'll be an interesting situation for him.
I still think he will. I mean, because I think now what the potential is for the Ryder Cup and things, if it's all going as expected to, I think,
he might be backed into a corner a bit there, won't he?
Yeah, he'll miss out on the signature events, all those kind of things. The same as what's gone on with Reed and Reed and Koepka, and he'll take that for a couple of years, but he's back. He'll be back for sure.
Yeah,
I'm interested to see what does happen with the PGA Tour in terms of like any sort of punishments and stuff, because they'll have all the cards, won't they? Really, there's not really a great deal that the players could do, is there? If they say you've got to pay a 50 million fine to come back,
you're
going to have to, aren't you? There's not really a lot you can do about it.
It's that or nothing, unfortunately for you.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it plays out, but yeah, I do wonder if the PGA Tour will just be complete dicks about it and just really try and prove a point. Make these players qualify just because, as we're seeing here going through this, there's not many names that they would actually be that bothered about, I don't think.
No.
We've got one more. We'll do him quick and then we can maybe have a little chat about that. But I think he's in this list. I think he's in this list of sort of the stars of LIV, and it's Tyrrell Hatton. I think if Neiman's in this list, then I think Tyrrell Hatton's probably in this list as well. Just in terms of his star power and stuff. But do you think the PGA Tour can be bothered about it having him back too much?
He's an odd. That's it. He's an odd one, isn't he?
He falls into the same thing as Neiman for me. I don't think you can do it. My opinion is that he would need to do some good work on DP World Tour and get in the same way that kind of Penge, etc. It might only be a couple of years.
I think he will. I don't think it'll take long to do that, will it? I think. I think what will be interesting is the Q School and stuff on the PGA Tour, because there's some huge names in it. I think Hatton is one of them players that the PGA Tour would probably like to have in their tour, but they're not going to make it easy for him to do it. I think they'll be more than happy if they went the Corn Ferry route and won one of these spots from DP World Tour to get into the PGA Tour. I think they'd be more than happy to have them back, but I don't think they're going to, I said earlier, roll out the red carpet to get them back.
Yeah, it might be maybe a shorter ride than some other people have to get onto top. But yeah, I'm going to say no. Well, he's never won a major, so
yeah. So we're all no for Hatton.
Yeah.
So that means we're letting 3 players back in our committee.
And one of them's the best player.
At this moment in time, they have to work hard.
And one of them's Anthony Kim.
Actually, I have been wildly inconsistent with by letting Anthony Kim back in. So
Anthony Kim. So we're letting in Cam Smith, John Rahm, and Anthony Kim. So they're being welcomed back to the PGA Tour. LIV closes like tomorrow, but they don't play the second round of this tournament in Mexico. We're letting them back in next week straight away. Just come over.
Come on.
Because they can make us some money, I guess. That's the thing, isn't it? They can make us money, but that means Bryson DeChambeau. We don't care what he's doing. Hopefully he goes and does whatever. But like, looking through this, there's not really anyone, is there, that the PGA Tour is going to be too bothered about, other than these. Well, probably not Anthony Kim, but Rahm, Smith, and DeChambeau. It's the same people they basically try to let in when
they offered them the route back, didn't they?
Yeah. Like, I've been a bit of a defender of LIV in a way. Like, I'm not really a big fan of LIV and where it's come from, but I feel the same way about LIV how I felt about the Super League in football. Like, I'm not really pro that, but I'm also not a massive supporter of like the PGA Tour or in that case UEFA. Like, I think both of them needed challenging and needed to change and shake up.
Yeah,
but I just wish it come from a better place than the Saudis and
Saudi backstate,
the Super League and stuff. Like, I'm not really a supporter of what's happening, but also, I don't think UEFA and the PGA Tour are great.
Competition's always good. That's the thing.
Yeah, definitely.
There was something I was going to mention about Bryson quickly. I saw it the very little time I got to watch television now there, but it was on the Golf Channel in places that he did an advert for Kalshi, the betting company.
Yes, yeah.
And it is probably one of the best adverts I've ever seen. It's hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. So everyone gets a chance to watch that. Not promoting Kalshi here at all, because enough people on Twitter do that. But
unless they want to pay us, in which case we will. Definitely.
Kalshi. Amazing. Count on anything. But it is quite funny. It's worth a watch.
I'll see if I can find it and put it into the show next week. Maybe just a small segment of it, rather than the whole advert. But
it's just him being unserious, which is very unlike Bryson.
It is, yeah. I feel like he wants to be fun, but he can't quite manage it.
Like you would do these, what would you do questions at the start, Ross? I've done one today. So I've got what happens first. Bryson completes like another challenge, like his over his house hole out thing, or he wins again on the PGA Tour. What happens first? Like starting from the date that LIV ends.
Seasons.
What happens first?
Bryson hits a hole in one on the White House lawn.
Yeah. That let's call that the track. He's like firing from the roof or something. Like he's firing from the Oval Office out the window.
Teeing off from Air Force One.
Yeah.
Well, I'll come up with something for next week for us. We've reached an hour, boys. This might be our longest podcast so far, but there's been a lot to talk about this week. So
it's been good in golf, really, hasn't it?
Yeah.
We didn't really go much in depth in the Masters in the end, did we? Because I think we probably would have if we'd done this on Monday or Tuesday. But the Masters sort of been and gone now with all the LIV
news. Golf moves on really fast. That's the thing, isn't it? It's you're on to the next thing straight away. They're already playing in the next tournament. So, we'll be back next week. Probably early next week, but maybe a Thursday-ish again, but hopefully before the next tournament. Craig, good to have you back. Where can people find you on social media?
I'm on Twitter at Craigo84.
And Dave?
At DJD23, or you follow us at Forecast Golf Pod. Follow that one. Don't bother following me. I'm boring. just follow
it's all Arsenal stuff or other bits.
Yeah. I mean, it might be interesting. If you don't like Arsenal, it's probably a good time to follow me, really, in fairness.
The next couple of weeks could be tasty.
It's all going wrong, I think.
But Spurs could get relegated, so you could have something to celebrate. It could be fine. It could be. It's going to happen.
I don't know. I think if we end the season with no trophies, I'm not sure that even makes up for it, really. I don't think. I think I'll be too angry to even find joy in that.
You have to wait until they play their away fixture at Lincoln City next year to take some joy in it.
That'll be it. Seth Fabregas as our manager.
Yeah. Well, you can find me on Twitter at Rossbelt__. Celebrating Leeds' victories over Man United. Only happened once in my lifetime, so it was a good week this week. But we'll be back next week. Make sure you follow us on all social medias, like, subscribe to our YouTube stuff. We'll be back next week. Bye.
Bye.